Dinner plans were made here on a Monday night, but Western Illinois has the ball. And the Leathernecks will get the ball here first, and no good is the shot by Sandich. And now here comes Sam Vincent with the ball for Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, but a great look there for Western Illinois. Sandich is a big-time player and can fill it up from the perimeter.
Here is Hubie Provorius getting the start, and he knocks one down from the two range.
Yeah, the freshman getting his first start in his young career and taking advantage on the offensive end immediately with that pull-up J.
He gets the start in place of Marquez Warwick. Not an injury situation, but a coach's decision as David Bam takes the rebound off the missed shot by Carius, and here comes Vincent. And now that would be an easy foul to call against Trenton Masner as he puts two hands on the ball handler.
Yeah, that was an easy one, wasn't it, Brady? We'll probably have some calls we'll go back and forth on later on, but yeah, two hands on an offensive player, that is an immediate call right there.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Western Illinois. It's the same group that has started now all 5 games. Pearson, Masner, Sandich, Carius, and Barisic, as Adrian Nelson makes the shot there for Northern Kentucky as the Norse take a 4-0 lead. And here are NKU starters, with the one obvious change being Hubie Provorius starting in place of Marquez Warwick. But Vincent, Nelson, Bam, and Faulkner have started all the previous 3 games for NKU. After the steal by Bam, NKU gets it back. Here's Hubie for 3. Got it! And Hubie Provorius scores 5 of the first 7 points. Talk about a hot hand right at the beginning.
Boy, 2 freshman starters for Northern Kentucky, but Hubie Provorius, he can fill it up from the perimeter. The kid has a quick trigger and the ultimate green light for Coach Horn.
Down low, here is Tremel Pearson.
Nice
he
move.
works his big man move and misses badly as Northern Kentucky double-teamed him. Here's Faulkner for 3. Got it! Trayvon Faulkner really struggled with his offense against Eastern Michigan, but gets off to a quick start, forcing Rob Jeter to call timeout less than 2 minutes into this one. Brad, let's go ahead while we have the chance to take a look at our keys to the game.
Yeah, for Northern Kentucky, I really think it's all about building walls around 5 and 15. That's Colt Sandage and Trenton Masner for Western Illinois. 2 guards that like to attack, especially in transition. For Western Illinois, you have to run Northern Kentucky off to the 3-point line. We've already seen it in this game. Northern Kentucky's got guys that can fill it up, and for both teams, attack the glass. Especially, I think, if you're Western Illinois. 2 guys for Northern Kentucky to watch on the glass, Adrian Nelson and Chris Brandon, 2 guys that are elite rebounders for the Norse.
Not to give it away too early, but you had a nice moniker for those 2 guys, as they have been outstanding.
We're going to hold off on that here for a little bit. But yes, I think we do have a nice
tease, Brad.
I think we got a nice little name for them.
That's right. That's right. And it's all you, my friend, as the Leathernecks, down 10-0, have the ball after regrouping. Masner passes into the big fella, Barisic, and he knocks it down. And finally, the seal is broken for the Leathernecks.
Yeah, Luke has got some big-time skill. He's got that classic traditional Euro game, can fill it up from the perimeter. He can play with his back to the basket. Good to see him get a bucket right there.
Here's Vincent driving into the painted area. He'll call his own number, no good. And it's rebounded by Barisic, and it's thrown away, and Vincent comes away with it.
Good kick.
And it's Hubie with an air ball. Got a little bit short on that one.
Well, you don't see that very often from Hubie.
Almost like he was too wide open. And now the Leathernecks will try to answer the kick out. Here's Sandich as it knocked away momentarily by Vincent. And now the big fella who steps out of Croatia, Luka Barisic, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay right there with Western Illinois. As there you take a look at Rob Jeter making his return against the Horizon League opponent, formerly of the University of Milwaukee. This is his 2nd year with Western Illinois after a couple of assistant coaching stops, one at UNLV, another at Minnesota. Down low, and it's Barisic who lays it up and in.
Yeah, great basket cut there from Luka, and Pearson with his back to the basket, staying strong with a nice bounce pass there.
Bam steps into a long 3-pointer at the top of the key, no good, and on the rebound, a loose ball foul is whistled. And it's going to be against Luka Barisic. Barisic, trying to find out where they put the accent on that there.
Yeah, it's Luka Barisic, I believe is the pronunciation that we're going with.
He's a graduate transfer from UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio. Now we have a substitute here coming up to the table. One for each team, and they're going to go to the monitor quickly here. We've had a lot done here in the first couple minutes.
It's been an exciting start to this ball game right here, no doubt about that.
And take a look at our officials, Keith Lewis, Tariq Lucas, and Greg Gerritsen. As you see Darren Horn, the third-year head coach of Northern Kentucky. And the Leathernecks grouping up there. What do you think they're looking for here? I didn't see anything obvious there, Brad.
I'm trying to get a look at what the officials are looking at the replay. It's off this rebound here. See guys just battling. I think originally they called it off Nelson. I think they're going to take a look and see if Luka got a piece of it as it went out of bounds and over to the sideline. The officials are done looking at the monitor now, and I guess they're just coming up with their final decision as the crowd patiently awaits here.
And, of course, we did not get that explanation. They're going to go ahead and give it to the radio guys. So, great start for us so far.
Oh, good to see Rick Brewing over there.
Rick
He's
Brewing
looking
got some
good
TV time, a Northern Kentucky University alum.
That's a nice jacket he's got,
That's
too.
a very nice jacket.
I don't think we have that jacket, Brady.
No. We don't have the pull he does. He's the connections man around this town.
We'll talk to him at halftime.
That's right.
I'll get a quick break.
So it'll be a Northern Kentucky's ball as they get it into Marquez Warwick, who checked in during that stoppage of play along with Chris Brandon. Here's Bam from three, and he plays the nylon song from long distance.
Boy, good to see Bam knock one down from the perimeter. He's been struggling a little bit with his shooting in the early going of the season, so nice to see him knock down that open three-point shot.
As has Marquez Warwick, who did not get the start here today, but on the floor here in the early going. And now a substitution for Western Illinois is Cameron Burrell, 6'7" out of Chicago, Illinois, checks in. They also had another substitution during the break for the monitor look. That was number 24, George Dixon, a senior out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A lot of transfers here for Western Illinois as Rob Cheater gets his footing here with the Leathernecks. And look at Pretorius. He goes through contact, and he'll have to go to the free throw line, but we will have to wait until after our first media break. Northern Kentucky getting out to a thunderous start here, leading the Leathernecks 13-4. Welcome back to the BB&T Arena. Northern Kentucky with the early 13-4 lead over Western Illinois in the fourth of a four-game homestand and the second game for Northern Kentucky to be played here in the DePaul Blue Demon Classic. Of course, Northern Kentucky will play later on in the week on Friday at DePaul to fulfill their commitment in the Classic. As you take a look at Darren Horn and Northern Kentucky is what have you liked out of Northern Kentucky so far here, Brad?
Well, I like that they're making shots. You know, that usually helps you create some space in the ball game. Northern Kentucky already three-point makes in the ball game. They look comfortable offensively, and if you flip that on the defensive end, they're really applying pressure to Western Illinois on the perimeter. The Leathernecks had 3 turnovers in the opening 4 minutes. You can't do that. So they look for Western Illinois to settle down here. They got to find a playmaker in that free throw line area against Northern Kentucky's defense.
Pretorius makes the first, and Hubie makes them both. He has 7 of the 15 Northern Kentucky points to get started, and now NKU starts with a press as Bryson Langdon, the hero the other night, is now in the game for Northern Kentucky. And Sandage does his best job to get it across court, and now he'll set up the offense. Here's Dixon with it on the high post. Now Sandage, already 7 left on the timer. Sandage will go ahead and shoot, no good. And Dixon gets the offensive board, but it's Warwick and he steals it out of the passing lane and lays it up and in.
Yeah, great job there by Warwick, just waiting for Massner, the defender, to go by and makes the easy finish. Great play there from Warwick.
Here's Carius for three. Can't answer. And Warwick had it, lost it. Now it's Dixon on the ground, and it's going to be a jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Northern Kentucky.
Well, Western Illinois is getting some good looks from the perimeter. They've just been unable to knock it down. And that's what this Northern Kentucky defense can do to you sometimes. Teams aren't used to playing against this matchup zone that Northern Kentucky plays.
Trey Robinson checks in for the first time for Northern Kentucky. He wears number 1 in white, and Trayvon Faulkner, who hit an early three-point shot, also returns. Here's Langdon directing traffic. He'll get to Brandon. Now Faulkner takes it. Playing pitch and catch with Warwick, who penetrates, loses control. Brandon gets it, no good. And Massner falls out of bounds, and they're going to say that it will stay with Northern Kentucky.
Yeah, but I like that you get Marquez Warwick, a guy that's really phenomenal in isolation situations, attacking a Western Illinois defender. He was just unable to finish at the rim.
Jadrian Flores, number 11, checks in for Western Illinois as Faulkner loses it momentarily. Into the painted area goes Langdon, and there's that patented floater.
I mean, he just plays like a strong veteran point guard that he is. I mean, we saw it in the last game. I mean, what he did at the end of that ball game against Eastern Michigan, phenomenal. You cannot speed up Bryson Langdon.
And a nice answer there by Burrell. And here comes Langdon. And he goes right into Flores, and a foul's called as Flores reaches in and commits the personal.
Langdon just always on the attack, isn't he, Brady? I mean, you can never be comfortable when you're guarding this guy. I mean, he's so good with the ball.
The end of game series against Eastern Michigan was proof of that, where he attacked their big man and finished for the game winner, and that's going to be an offensive foul called against Warwick as he displaces the defender. Good job by Trenton Massner to take that foul, and that'll turn it over to the Leathernecks. So Burrell will trigger it, but then NKU full court press, and they throw it away, and it will turn over to the Norse.
Yeah, sloppy play there from Western Illinois. I mean, you know when you're playing against Northern Kentucky that you're going to get a number of looks defensively, and they're going to test you in the full court. You have to be ready for that and make a better pass on the inbounds. That time just careless with the basketball for the Leathernecks. That's
already 6 turnovers for Western Illinois. Here is Langdon. He'll kick it out, and he will turn it over in kind. Get it knocked away from him momentarily, and then threw a bad pass into those expensive seats along that sideline. And now Western Illinois trailing 19-6. Talk about getting off to a slow start. Something Northern Kentucky has done the last couple games, but not so tonight. Sandage trying to get into Dixon. He does.
Just look how high Western Illinois is playing right now. I mean, Northern Kentucky continues to push him off the three-point line.
And here's the shot by Burrell, no good. And Langdon and Carius fight for it. Flores comes away with it. Now Flores, one more to Carius, out of the corner, got it. Will Carius has one fall, and the Leathernecks cut the lead to 10. Here's Brandon with it for Northern Kentucky. Now Faulkner, he'll get the screen from Brandon. It's a good one, and Dixon knocks it away, but he's the last one to touch it. It'll stay with the Norse, 13 on the timer. Faulkner will inbound. Brandon top of the key. Dixon knocks it away, and it is a deflection, so Northern Kentucky can play on, but they only got 4 to work with. Langdon has it knocked away by Carius. It goes off of the leg of Langdon, And that's a turnover committed by Northern Kentucky.
Well, and that's a great job there from Western Illinois playing in the gaps. And when you're a help defender, with how good Northern Kentucky is off the ball, that's how you have to play it. When that guy from Northern Kentucky starts driving, you have to have early help. That time, great job doing that. And a couple of deflections give Western Illinois the ball back here.
Sam Benson checks back in as Sandich, his floater is short, and it goes out of bounds off of Burrell, and it'll go to the Norse. Little sloppiness going on here, back and forth for both teams. So Northern Kentucky will have the ball here as we approach the 12-minute mark. Benson drives. Nice lead pass to Robinson. He can't field it cleanly, and he and Dixon are tied up. So this time the possession arrow favors Western Illinois, and it'll go to the Leathernecks. But I thought that was a great pass there by Vincent.
Well, Vincent gets where you want to get to on the floor, and then Trey Robinson, that was a great basket cut from the corner. He was just unable to hold on to that pass.
Western Illinois gets it to Carius. But he can't do anything with it, so they restart. Carius will get it back. This time he'll penetrate and loses control. It goes out of bounds to the Norse. And that'll take us to the under 12 media timeout. NKU holding on to a 10-point lead here in the BB&T.
By multiple defenders and then kick it out to a shooter, kick it down to a big for a bucket is just fantastic. And you've got such a nice change of pace for Coach Horn off the bench.
There's Nelson, he misses, and Dixon gets the rebound for Western Illinois. Here's Sandage with it. He plays catch with Masner. Now it's Flores for three. No good. Dixon with another offensive rebound. And the Leathernecks will reset. Nice job there by Vincent knocking it away. And then on the loose ball there, Faulkner knocks down Flores, who takes the spill. And Darren Horton's trying to say, my guy was going for the ball, but let's see the replay here.
Yeah, a lot of contact as Masner's driving, tries to kick it. That's really two guys going for the ball, but a little too much physicality there from Trayvon Faulkner. And Brady, for Western Illinois offensively, a team that so far this year has been really good shooting from the three-point line, right at 40% as a team. Just 1 for 7 so far in this game with 7 turnovers. They're struggling to figure it out against this Norse defense, and there's another missed three ball.
That was not just a missed one, that was badly missed. So they have not found the shooting background very friendly here in the BB&T arena through the first 9 minutes. Now on the other end, a foul is called against the Leathernecks, and we'll see substitutions as their two main scorers return, Will Carius and Luka Barisic. Here is Nelson. Thought he was going to give it to Warwick. Instead, it's Bam. Bam. Nice little up and under. No good. Nelson gets the offensive board. Can't finish, so he gets help from Bam.
Right back at him.
He'll try again, and this time he'll go to the line. Barisic, it looks like, is the one who commits the foul. And it is. And that's 2 on the big fella, Luka. So Rob Jeter has a decision to make here with 10:40 left in the half. But he keeps his big guy in the game with those 2 fouls as Bam goes to the free throw line for Northern Kentucky on the season. 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Now make it 3 of 5. As Pavorius returns and Warwick will go out. Pavorius right now leading all scorers with those 7 points. Bam makes the second, and now Northern Kentucky picks up on the press. Like right now, it's just going to be a full court man-to-man as Pavorius hounds Sandich. And he gets it across. Dixon down low, no good, and he is fouled. Take your pick as he tried to split a double team there.
And that time, a great job from George Dixon there, just finding position on the interior of that Northern Kentucky defense. With how much the Leathernecks are struggling from the three-point line right now, you have to pass through that zone or find driving angles to get to the rim, but they got to stop settling for threes right now.
Nelson was the one who committed the foul as Tamel Pearson returns for Western Illinois. Dixon misses the first free throw, so that answers the question. Barsic goes out with those two fouls, and Dixon lays a brick, missing both of them, and Bam gets the rebound. He takes a spill into his own bench. And briefly we were playing 4-on-4, but Northern Kentucky didn't take advantage. Here's Sam Benson with the ball. He'll get it to Bam. Benson gets it back. 5 on the timer. The Norse have to make a move. It'll be Bam. No good. Nelson has to chase it and leaps over those expensive seats there, all to no avail, as it will go out on him and it will go to the Leathernecks.
Yeah, just a wasted possession there for Northern Kentucky. I don't even know if the ball got inside the three-point line until Bam tried to make that hero play at the end of the shot clock. You got to get more dribble penetration early.
And Bam comes away with a steal. That's that length in those passing lanes. Faulkner loses control. Bam will step into one and bury it in the bottom of the sack.
David Bam heating up here for Northern Kentucky.
23-9. Northern Kentucky extends the lead, and Bam disrupted that pass. It'll go out of bounds and stay with the Leathernecks as Bryson Langdon will return. As you take a look at Carius, who so far has been held to just 3 points.
Well, but if Northern Kentucky is going to play their defense that high, someone for Western Illinois has to be able to use their dribble penetration and ball skills to get the ball inside that zone. That's not happening right now. Northern Kentucky is just D'ing up and locking up on the perimeter. That's a good way to get it done. Carius creating some space on David Bam and knocking down that three-point shot.
A little step back action there, and finally Western Illinois is in double figures 11 minutes into the game. Langdon will get it to Pavorius. Not a lot of length with this group on the floor, with Pavorius and Langdon out there together. And look at Benson, tough move, can't finish. And Masner gets it across. Carius, another step back. That's probably inside the arc. It doesn't matter because it misses everything.
Brady, do you call that an oxygen ball? Isn't that one of your deals?
That's
there?
only one I stole from your boy Jamal Walker.
There was a lot of oxygen.
There was somebody swung the front door open. Now that's one I might have patented. But oxygen is one I'll use, but it's clearly not mine. Like most everything I say. Masner misses. And here comes Langdon. The alley-oop and the layup in for Nelson.
Yeah, great finish there from Nelson, but that was set up by Bryson Langdon, the senior point guard.
Casey Lee checks in for the first time, and Masner will go out.
Back you see Langdon kicking it to Vincent, and Vincent to Adrian Nelson. Great job there. Langdon to Vincent to Nelson for the finish.
A hockey assist there for Langdon as he guards the ball right now. Here is Sandich challenging Nelson. It does not work, and here comes Vincent with the board. Pavorius steps into one, and QB plays a little street music here at the BB&T Arena.
He just got a great looking shot. I mean, every time he puts it up, I think it's going in.
He does have that smooth stroke, and you would know about that as Dixon back irons one and Nelson gets the rebound.
Well, Brady, great three-point shooters. When they knock down a shot, it brings energy to everybody. The team, the coaches, his whole building. Hubie has that in his game for sure.
And now they're going to call a foul against Robinson. As you take a look at Carius, who so far has been held to just 3 points.
Boy, but if Northern Kentucky is going to play their defense that high, someone for Western Illinois has to be able to use their dribble penetration and ball skills to get the ball inside that zone. That's not happening right now. Northern Kentucky is just D'ing up and locking up on the perimeter. That's a good way to get it done. Carey is creating some space on David Bam and knocking down that three-point shot.
A little step back action there, and finally Western Illinois is in double figures 11 minutes into the game. Langdon will get it to Pavorius. Not a lot of length with this group on the floor with Pavorius and Langdon out there together. And look at Vinson, tough move, can't finish. And Masner gets it across. Carius, another step back. That's probably inside the arc. It doesn't matter because it misses everything.
Brady, do you call that an oxygen ball? Isn't that one of your deals?
That's
there?
only one I stole from your boy Jamal Walker.
There was a lot of oxygen on that one.
Somebody swung the front door open. Now that's one I might have patented. But oxygen is one I'll use, but it's clearly not mine. Like most everything I say. Masner misses. And here comes Langdon. The alley-oop and the layup in for Nelson.
Yeah, great finish there from Nelson, but that was set up by Bryson Langdon, the senior point guard.
Casey Lee checks in for the first time, and Masner will go out.
Back you see Langdon kicking it to Vincent, and Vincent to Adrian Nelson. Great job there. Langdon to Vincent to Nelson for the finish.
A hockey assist there for Langdon as he guards the ball right now. Here is Sandich challenging Nelson. It does not work, and here comes Vincent with the board. Pavorius steps into one, and Hubie plays a little street music here at the BB&T Arena.
He's just got a great looking shot. I mean, every time he puts it up, I think it's going in.
He does have that smooth stroke, and you would know about that as Dixon back irons one, and Nelson gets the rebound.
Well, Brady, great three-point shooters. When they knock down a shot, it brings energy to everybody. The team, the coaches, his whole building. Hubie has that in his game for sure.
And now they're going to call a foul against Robinson on the moving screen. And that'll take us to our media break. But how about the Norse leading it big here 28-12 against the Leathernecks.
Indianapolis, the heart of college basketball, and each March home to the Horizon League men's and women's basketball championships. 8 teams look to reach the horizon and punch their tickets to the NCAA tournament at the Indiana Farmers Coliseum. Semifinal action takes place Monday, March 7th, and Horizon League champions are crowned Tuesday, March 8th. Visit horizonleague.com/Indy for more information and to score your tickets today.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
Welcome back to the BB&T Arena. There you take a look at David Bam. went there on a little bit of a hot streak, using both ends of the floor to do so.
It's been pretty good, and it's really been all Northern Kentucky. There's David Bam knocking down a three-point shot. And then we got Vincent, the freshman point guard, with a nice left-handed kick. That's another three ball. I mean, it has been fantastic for Northern Kentucky from the three-point line. A team coming in that Western Illinois knew could shoot it from the three-point line. They have to run them off of those threes because they already got 5 in this ball game. They got to slow down Northern Kentucky.
Carius on the miss, and it was Brandon who deflects it towards Pivorius. Now here come the Norse. Western Illinois does a good job of getting back, so Langdon will just reset in the half court. Langdon gets it to Robinson. He goes after Pearson. The whistle blows. And that's got to be an offensive foul. We're just waiting for the official signal, and it is against Robinson. And that's 2 offensive fouls called against Trey.
Yeah, Robinson's at his best when he's attacking downhill. That time a little too aggressive, but credit to Mel Pearson, the 6'10 junior for Western Illinois, being in the right spot and getting that charge call.
So that's 5 team fouls against Northern Kentucky, 6 for Western Illinois. Carius, and he'll draw the nickel dimer against Bryson Langdon. So both teams now with 6 fouls will shoot the bonus for the remainder of the first half. And another new player in the game. This time it's Brayton Lamar wearing number 13 out of Bishop Gorman High School in Las Vegas. Spin move there by Pearson, no good. Lamar had it momentarily, and it's going to stay downtown with the Leathernecks.
But every shot that Western Illinois is attempting is being challenged by Northern Kentucky, whether it's on the three-point line or down on the block. It just seems like right now everything is difficult on the offensive side of the ball for the Leathernecks.
Now there's talk whether to set it at 20 or not. And they do. So Western Illinois gets it in, and Burrell bobbled it. And now Vincent's on the ground trying to escape, and it's going to go towards the Norse.
Yeah, good hustle there from Vincent to get Northern Kentucky another possession here.
So Northern Kentucky has forced yet another turnover there. I don't know if that's officially a turnover, but 8 of them have been committed. As Vincent drives, he gets a step-on lead, and he'll get the hoop and the harm.
Boy, big-time drive there from Sam Vincent, the freshman, using that 6'5" frame to draw this foul. Just a little hesitation, attack, great change of pace, using that body, and then finishing. You see too many guys, they get contact from a defender, and then they don't worry about the shot. That time, great job getting the and one, drawing the contact, and finishing at the rim.
And the freshman out of Fort Thomas completes the transaction of the three-point play. Now Northern Kentucky sets up in the press. Basically just an extension of that matchup zone, and Carius misses badly. Lamar's on the ground. He needs help, and he's not going to get it, at least not from a teammate. And that's going to be another jump ball, and it will go to NKU. Boy, Lamar needed help and just didn't get any right there. And Northern Kentucky with a 31-12 lead here, as Vincent brings it up. Vincent drives, he'll dish off, it's behind Brandon, and Lamar causes another tie-up. This time, it will go to Western Illinois. How many times have we seen this many jump balls in a first half?
Brady, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
I haven't done that many games this year, but I know that it hasn't happened yet this year. I do know that.
This season, yeah. Lee will get it across for the Leathernecks. Carius with it. He'll drive on Pivorius, and he tried to get it baseline. It was deflected. Lamar has it. Now it is Pearson. Off the banking board, no good, and it's Vincent with the board. Here comes Warwick. Western Illinois does a good job in transition defense, and the Norse have to set it up. Pivorius has it now. Long range. He'll work off the screen from Brandon.
Got it.
How about that pick and roll action as Brandon will get fouled and go to the line?
Yeah, and a nice job from Pavorius there, coming off that ball screen, occupying Chris Brandon's defender just for a second. You see his ball screen come up, just kind of pause, occupy both guys, and then the quick drop down.
Yes.
That's exactly how you draw it up, and a great job there from the freshman guard.
And that's to perfection. It's just you don't get the finish.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's the hardest thing when you got younger guards, especially, is coming off ball screens, being able to have the patience to slow down and read both defenders. And St. Vincent and Hubie Pavorius already doing a great job for the Norse here. And they're just a few games in their college career. It's been impressive to watch.
Faulkner returns along with Langdon. Faulkner, after joining the 1,000-point club 2 games ago against UNC Greensboro, struggled, only scored 5 points against Eastern Michigan. He's got 3 here tonight. But luckily, the Norse did not need him in that big victory over EMU. Sandage with it now. Skip pass over to Massner for 3. Got it. Will that be the momentum that Western Illinois can gather?
Boy, Massner's a player. I was really impressed with him on film. He's a do-it-all guard. He's got to do more than just shoot the 3. He's got to get to the basket against the Norse and set guys up. Someone for Leathernecks has to take over on the offensive side of the ball.
And an offensive foul away from the ball is called against Chris Brandon, and that'll send it the other way on a player control foul. So no free throws. But yeah, Massner, pretty impressive. The junior out of Iowa, played 2 seasons at Northwestern State. Also played a year of junior college ball before that. Here's Burrell with it. Now Carius. Massner surveys. What will he do? He'll drive. Now he picks up his dribble and needs help. Sandage will shoot, and he knocks one down. And I think the Leathernecks have finally found their way.
Yeah, and that's another guy for Western Illinois that can really heat it up from the 3-point line. Sandage, another guard that can shoot from deep.
And Brandon answers with a one-hand stufferino. Sandage with it now. Pearson, oh, that was saved by Massner. Now Carius has it. Back to Burrell. A lot of traffic. They're going to call a foul, and it's against Brandon. So Chris Brandon picks up his 2nd foul, and that'll take us to our final media break of the first half. Western Illinois starting to show some signs of life, but Brandon's dunk will take us to this break. Welcome back to the BB&T Arena, and Brad Redford, there it is.
I love
the
seeing
Board
that.
Brothers.
I love seeing that. We're coining the term tonight for Adrian Nelson and Chris Brandon as the Board Brothers. This duo combines for over 15 rebounds a game. It's hard to change the game with rebounding. I'll tell you what, these guys do it, and they do it just about every time that they play.
And those are the numbers from the Eastern Michigan game alone there. But how about that? It's the offensive boards that are the most impressive part, getting 7 out of their 12 on the offensive end.
And if you just watch them on both sides of the floor, every single time a shot goes up, they are working, they are attacking. It may take them a few times to get it going in a game, but nothing stops these guys. Coach Horn believes in them as rebounders, and we've seen it on many occasions. Adrian Nelson specifically changing games with his rebounding ability.
Cameron Burrell makes 1 of the 2 free throws. But Northern Kentucky will be able to hang on to this 33-19 lead. Here's Warwick for Northern Kentucky. He'll penetrate. He'll pull up at the logo, miss the floater, and it's Pearson with the rebound. Now it's Carius. Got up in the air, didn't know what he wanted to do. He caught his own pass. I don't think that's legal, but Pearson lays it up and in.
Well, there must have been some sort of a deflection that allowed Carius to hold on to that one, but
because you can't catch your own pass, and from our angle, that's what it appeared to happen.
Looked like he had a wide open lane to the rim, so maybe there was something there that we couldn't see from our angle.
Faulkner misses from 3, and Nelson gets the rebound. No good, and Pearson gets the board. Here's Massner with it now.
You gotta wait and use screens.
Now it's Sandage and a screen, a collision there on a screen set by Burrell. And they called David Bam, who wasn't in the play, at least not there where we were looking. It was between Warwick and Burrell. Instead, it's Bam who somehow gets the foul call. Can we see something different here? Or did the wrong guy just get called for the foul?
It just looked like, I mean, from that clip, we may have missed something
that happened earlier. There was definite contact between the 2 number 3s on the floor, and they called it on 13.
I didn't see anything there that would, you know, have Northern Kentucky called for a defensive foul right there.
But if it was, it would have been Warwick and not Bam. Because Bam wasn't even in that conversation if Burrell's the one who goes to the free throw line.
Yeah, because on the ball screen, the contact was between the 2 number 3s, Marquez Warwick and Burrell. And you see David Pham kind of with the phantom call right here. So
I'm not saying it wasn't a foul, I just think it was called on the wrong person. Down low, Nelson, no good, a little too strong on the finish.
That's what my coaches used to tell me. You got to finish your breakfast at the rim right there.
As Burrell misses, and it'll go to Northern Kentucky. So it's a 10-point Northern Kentucky lead as Dixon will return, and Burrell goes out with 2:06 left to go before the intermission. Vincent will bring it across. Goes into the painted area, lays it up, no good. The tip in is good by Adrian Nelson, and there's that board brother thing we were talking about.
Right on crew, right on cue right there. Adrian Nelson battling on the glass right now.
Massner with it now for Western Illinois. He is double teamed and trapped, and he throws it away. Somehow Carey's ended up with it.
3.
He gets open, can't make the 3, and Nelson gets another rebound. Vincent will push the pace. He'll get it up to Bam. But Western Illinois does a great job of getting back, and now they call an offensive foul against David Bam. And the folks here at the BB&T Arena do not show their appreciation for that one.
Brady, I didn't see anything there either. It looked like David Bam was under control. He got his back to, I believe that was Tamel Pearson. He was just taking his time. He was dribbling to the middle, waiting for a little bit of contact, and he made that spin move to the baseline. And Coach Horn is trying to get an understanding with the official. Why was that called? I didn't see anything that that David Bam did that warranted a foul in that situation.
But that's what happened, and Western Illinois has the ball. There's Massner with it. He'll pull up from 3. No good. Pearson had his hand on it more than once and couldn't corral it. Now Vincent is fouled on a reach-in. Believe it's going to be Dixon. No, it'll be Massner. So that's 9 fouls called against Western Illinois. So Vincent will go to the free throw line for the 1+1 as they allow Flores to make the substitution. There you see him. And Massner will go out. He makes the first free throw, and he earns the second with 56.2 left to go before halftime. And Trayvon Faulkner will come in, and David Bam will go out. Bam with 2 fouls. They don't want him to somehow pick up a third before halftime. As Sam Vincent cashes in both of them. And Northern Kentucky leads at 37-23. Here comes Western Illinois. Sandage finds Flores. Nice closeout by Prevorius. And Pearson coughs it up.
And it was the right idea. You just got to execute if you're Western Illinois. That time Pearson just mishandling right at the basket. That would have been an easy 2 and a dunk for Pearson.
4 seconds separate the timer and the game clock. Northern Kentucky looks like they want to take it down as close to it as they can. Pavorius goes ahead and rises and fire, no good. Dixon has the board. And Western Illinois has a chance here to score, but Vincent knocks it away. And they get it back, and at the buzzer is Pavorius. Northern
possession, and they can't give up easy baskets like that. I mean, coming right out of halftime. I mean, you're down in this game, and you just allow Sam Vincent to make an easy drive to the bucket for a 2 with almost nobody there.
Here's Western Illinois on the other side. Here's Carius, no good. And it's Nelson with another rebound. Vincent will pull it up. Now to hand it off to Bam. Boy, that was an offensive foul called earlier in the game. They let him play on this time as Rob Jeter is asking about it. Barisic, who had those 2 early fouls, misses, and then it's thrown away back to Northern Kentucky, and yet another turnover forced by the Norse.
Yeah, and Western Illinois just unable to find a rhythm shooting from the 3-point line. Now 4 of 15 in this ball game. We talked about it at the halftime break, you know, shooting under 30% in this game. And it's stuff like that. It's just Northern Kentucky is in passing lanes, you know, wreaking havoc on this Western Illinois team on the perimeter.
They started by heating the ball up, and then you got a guy panicking. He's got to know somebody's open, but it's certainly not the one where Faulkner's going to get in that passing lane, and they got lucky there, called the foul.
Well, and then when Western Illinois gets it down to a big, Northern Kentucky's doubling them, and they're having a hard time getting it back out.
Down low is Pearson, and he works his magic. So Tamel Pearson scores his 2nd bucket of the day, now 4 points. Vincent stumbled momentarily. Here's Pavorius, nice fake. The alley-oop, a little too high for Nelson, and it sticks between the rim and the backboard. They'll call that a jump ball, and Western Illinois will have it now.
I think Hubie was looking for the alley-oop to Nelson on that one.
Didn't quite have it online. So the Leathernecks will bring it up. Barisic dribbles into a double team, needs help. And he did get his dribble back. Now here is Carius, and he knocks it down to quiet this crowd.
And a good job from Western Illinois there. If you get that double team, you got to kick it out quick and get it to the opposite side for an open shot. That time Carius open and takes advantage.
That's off the leg of Barisic. And now the Leathernecks in transition. Carius goes after Bam. And it was, I thought Bam touched it last. Instead, they say it goes to the Norse. So a break for Northern Kentucky there. Now, here comes NKU. Little weave action there by NKU as Vincent now has it.
Got him.
There's the alley-oop to Nelson, no good. He caught it in a bad spot, but just gets his own board and can't make that 2nd attempt. And Adrian Nelson gets all of the offensive rebounds, does he not? As Pearson with a reverse layup, and now the Leathernecks have cut the deficit under 10.
Well, and that's a great job from Pearson right there. You can't get the ball on the block and wait for the double team. When you get it on the block, you got to go right into your move. He's done that these first couple possessions for Western Illinois.
We'll toss it to a break along with the teams here on ESPN+. Illinois is on a little bit of a run here, cutting into this deficit.
Well, they were settling for a lot of 3-point shots in the first half, and what we've seen out of Western Illinois in the first few minutes is the ability to get the ball down to the block to that guy right there, number 2, Tamel Pearson. And instead of getting the ball, waiting for the double team from Northern Kentucky, he's getting the ball and going to work right away because he's only going to have that one-on-one matchup for a little bit of time.
There's Pavorius with it. He'll drive on Sandage, and that's going to be a goaltend. So count it for Hubie Pavorius. And of all the things, I didn't think Hubie was going to be a guy that can take a dude off the dribble and finish at the rack.
I mean, he's got some speed. I mean, you have to obviously respect him for what he does on the three-point line, but that time taking advantage of Sandage, playing him for a three-point shot, and then just attacking downhill and getting to the rim.
Here's Barisic.
Nice pass.
Great pass to Masner, who finishes. And Barisic, who's just, you know, struggled with foul trouble. He's not been able to show off his game, but he certainly did there.
But yeah, Luka is a guy that can do it all. And that time, the big fella with a big-time pass.
Benson's floater is short. And Masner gets the rebound.
There's Luka.
The big guy, and he knocks one down. And how about the Leathernecks?
Hey, and we know that he can score, so you don't want to give him too many open shots. He's coming off a game at DePaul just a few nights ago where he had 21 points in a tight game on the road.
Here is Pavorius now. NKU. Lead trimmed to 6. Faulkner working on Carius. He gets a screen from Brandon, and the alley-oop, Stuffarino!
Big-time setup there from Trayvon Faulkner, and Chris Brandon knows how to do the rest.
And that's that pick and roll we talked about in the first half. That time there was the finish.
Northern Kentucky keeps taking advantage of how Western Illinois defends ball screens. The guards are doing a great job of occupying that big defender.
Sandage finds Barisic, and he finishes, and the big fella has become a problem for NKU in the second half.
You can see right now the ball, almost every possession right now is going through Luka, and he's been able to make plays here.
43-37. NKU leads by 6, and now
too much body there on Carius there.
And that'll take us to our official media break. Northern Kentucky's lead, it still goes off of Western Illinois. It backfired on Luka there. So Northern Kentucky forces another turnover, and that is 12 for the Leathernecks. Here's Warwick now into the game.
And the Leathernecks showing a little zone right here, going away from their traditional man-to-man that we see them run.
Warwick rises and fires, no good. Bam goes high for it. And a little too much air underneath that pass, and Sandage will intercept it and lay it in. A bit of a pick 6. Being that we're still in football season on a Monday night.
Well, it was a great rebound from Bam, but kind of a lazy pass out to the perimeter.
Brandon tried to tap it in, no good. And how about Western Illinois trying to make this a one-possession game?
Well, Brandon, we knew that they weren't going to quit. They got too many talented guys on their team to go down without a fight. They are fighting right now.
There's a floater by Barisic, and it's tipped out of bounds, and it will stay with the Leathernecks. They'll recycle 20 on the timer and get possession of the ball again.
Boy, it feels like a completely different team in this second half. I felt like Western Illinois came out pretty flat in the first half and really struggled to find anything offensively against Northern Kentucky, but you're seeing them slow down right now. They look much more comfortable, and they're creating good shots.
Barisic for 3, no good.
And
nice save by Brandon into Warwick. Vinson, spin cycle, off the glass, no. But a whistle blows, and who's the guilty party? It's gonna be Carius being whistled for the foul. Let's take a look at the replay here.
You see Vincent attacking a nice spin move. I thought he had the finish over Masner. It must have been Carius working on that rebound. Didn't get a great look right there, but there must have been some contact.
It's away from the ball. They're saying he was entangled with Bam, and Carius will commit his 3rd foul, so they'll take him. He and Pearson both go out. Here's Brandon with it for Northern Kentucky. He hands off to Faulkner. Faulkner gets it back. He pulls up inside the arc, no good. And it'll go out of bounds. And right now, the Northern Kentucky offense has been pretty stagnant. So NKU will pick up full court here, trailing or leading by 4 as Western Illinois gets it in. Sandage being guarded by Warwick, and he'll get it across. Sandage with it now. Gets it to the free throw line, extended. Now it's Flores who's in the game. Barisic. 3 on the timer. They're going to throw up a wild one. No good. And it's Dixon with the offensive rebound, but it's blocked by Brandon. Barisic gets it back, and it's Sandage for 3. And how about that? The Leathernecks have come all the way back to cut the deficit to 1.
Boy, and you can't give Western Illinois too many chances on the offensive end. They got too many guys that can fill it up from the three-point line.
And an offensive foul called against Northern Kentucky. They try to dribble handoff. Flores blew it up, and Brandon is whistled for the foul.
Boy, all the momentum right now is with Western Illinois. You see his dribble handoff right here. Boy, I didn't see why that would be called on Brandon right there. It just looked like a play that happens naturally in an offensive game on a dribble handoff, but too much contact there, and the officials blew the whistle.
The Leathernecks trying to take the lead, and now another offensive foul is called, this time against Western Illinois.
They got Dixon on that, Brady, and they're saying that he was kind of carving space out from a Northern Kentucky defender as Luka was attacking the rim.
Well, normally a coach would call that a good seal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Dixon was just sealing. They got him off the ball.
But that's not how they saw it. Here's Warwick. No good, and Barisic gets the rebound, and the Leathernecks have another chance to take the lead.
Boy, Bray, that's Warwick's shot right there. He loves that floater attacking to the basket.
And it is just not falling for him this season. Here's Flores now. He drives as Sabian Sims is in the game now for Northern Kentucky. It goes out of bounds to the Norse. And we will go to the break with Northern Kentucky clinging to a 1-point advantage. Welcome back to the BB&T Arena, and my favorite element of the night is going to be talking about, we've been saying Leathernecks all night. Well, that is the mascot of Western Illinois, and it derives from a military term. It's how a Marine was always described, and Western Illinois is the only non-military institution that has its name derived from a branch of the military, thanks to their former athletic director, Ray Rock Hansen. Back in 1927, he received permission by the U.S. Navy based on his status as a Marine hero, and of course a leatherneck, kind of a leather stocking that was worn back then as part of the uniform. Some people think it was to protect you from a sword fight, to not get a sword to the throat, but others say it's just to keep your head and neck erect. That was a long time ago, Brad Redford. Neither one of us were here. I know, contrary to your belief, that I could have been there in 1927. As Flores lays it up and in, and Western Illinois takes the lead. But it's always fun to find out the origins of these nicknames Brady, that are you know, there's plenty Eagles and Tigers and all that stuff.
But Brady, you knew that. You know, I was the guy as a part of our duo that had to look up maybe what a leatherneck does.
Google's my friend too, as we look at it.
No, you knew. I know the type of guy that you are, Brady.
I had known before this week that they were the Leathernecks, but I didn't do the deep dive until Western Illinois was coming to town. But yeah, Google's all of our friends nowadays, or my dad calls it the magic box. That's what he calls his computer. And how about that alley-oop? Not a clean stufferino, but a bucket nonetheless that the Norse needed really bad.
Well, and again, Northern Kentucky taking advantage of how Western Illinois plays ball screens. The big right now for Western Illinois is just dropping too low and containing, and the guards are taking advantage. They got to stick to that, keep getting to that flat screen at the top.
Missed shot there, rebounded by Nelson, and here comes Langdon with it. He gets it to Warwick. He makes his move with the right hand, and the teardrop is good.
Hey, that's the Marquez Warwick that I know right there. A little shake and bake with the crossover and the finish. That was beautiful there from Warwick.
Now a 3-point Northern Kentucky lead as we approach the 10-minute mark as Faulkner gets tangled up with Barisic, and he will commit the foul. And that's 3 on Trayvon. As Vincent, Bam, and Pavorius return. Faulkner, Warwick, and Sims, who played good defense there for a few trips, check out of the game. Long three-pointer, and it's good by Luka Barisic, and it ties the score at 47. And another screening action, and there'll be an offensive foul. And it seems like those dribble handoffs are illegal tonight.
Yeah, and the officials are calling it really tight on those dribble handoffs.
But they're being consistent with their call, and that's all you can really ask.
They are, especially in the second half. And I think at this point, if you're a Northern Kentucky player and you're setting that dribble handoff, you got to be careful. You got to be setting that spot because if you don't, they're showing right now it's going the other way.
Yeah, and it's the player's job to make the adjustment to the referees, not vice versa. Another long three-pointer. This time it's short, and it's Warwick with the rebound. He gets it over to Vincent. How about Northern Kentucky in these nail-biting games here through the first couple weeks of the season? Here is Warwick. He'll step back. Long range, it's short. And the rebound goes to Sandich, and head coach Rob Jeter says speed it up. And they airmail it to a poor guy who is looking at his phone in the front row. And it hit him right in the chest.
It was the right idea. I mean, you had Dixon streaking to the basket. He had some room over the top of the Northern Kentucky defense, but you got to make a better pass.
Note to self, if you got those expensive seats, you got to have your head up, man. That's essentially getting hit with a foul ball there.
We almost had somebody taken out the baseline, Brady.
Vincent misses the three-pointer, and Sandage gets the board. Make that Masner. Masner has it. They swing it left side. Here is the drive, running out of room and throwing it back out. And it's stolen away by Vincent. He gets it out to Warwick. He has to make the move, no good. And it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with Northern Kentucky. But great defense there by Sam Vincent, and he can get it done on both ends of the floor.
And a good kick ahead right there to Marquez Warwick. Just seemed like he kind of jumped in the air a little bit without a game plan with what he was going to do there. Fortunate to keep the ball with Northern Kentucky.
Tavorius with the shot fake. He'll go for three, and it takes the victory roll, hits the banking board and falls. And now they're going to have a flop warning called to Luka Barisic, and he's saying he was pushed. He did not have a Hollywood scene there. But make a note of that as we get back to live action.
And Brady, I just got to say, as a shooter, it makes me feel, it puts a smile on my face to see a shooter with that beautiful shot fake, side to side for a three. I mean, Hubie sold it and just so patient. I love seeing that from a three-point shooter, especially a true freshman that understands how to get his shot.
We're going to start calling him the NKU sharpshooter after those fine words from you. Barisic up and under through contact. He looked for the foul, didn't get it, but he still got the bucket.
It's a big boy move right there, Brady.
That's deflected by Dixon and intercepted there by Carius. And now will Western Illinois retake the lead. Barisic, he's got Warwick all over him. And it's deflected. Nelson into the hands of Masner, no good. Still a loose ball. And
Masner got it back.
And it goes out of bounds off of Masner. We just pointed in both directions.
Well, I think they're saying it's off David Bam. I had a pretty good angle right here. That one looked like it was off Masner. I don't know if we can get a replay on that, but Coach Horn wants them to stop here for a second and get a sub. Boy, but to me, it just looked like Masner lost the ball, and it went on the baseline. But the officials are saying that Bam got a hand on it.
Because initially they did say NKU ball and then changed the decision. Either way, Western Illinois has it. And Langdon did get subbed in. Here's Dixon. He'll have to kick it out. Masner's wide open, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, really well done by Dixon right there. Didn't wait for the double team, knew where the open man was across court, and Masner does the rest. You can't give a three-point shooter like that kind of room. Langdon
is fouled by Sandich. And that'll take us to our under-8 media break. Western Illinois has come all the way back and taken a 2-point lead over NKU.
Indiana.
Fouls that you have. Plus, Northern Kentucky, they have depth, so they got a number of guys that can step in and play. But with 7:30 left here, who's going to be the guy to carry their team to a victory? Last game, it was Bryson Langdon for Northern Kentucky, getting it done as you see him with the ball at the top of the key.
Carius and Flores also have 3 fouls for Western Illinois. So that's the amount of foul trouble that the Leathernecks are in. Here's Pavorius with a floater at the
Great
logo,
shot.
and it rattles in. Hubie with 17 points now.
Boy, in his first start here at Northern Kentucky, just having himself a ball game. And he's not just getting it done from the 3-point line. That was a big-time move there from Hubie.
Masner, Barisic misses, but Dixon gets another offensive rebound. Luka this time will drive. Nice wraparound to Dixon, but he can't finish, and Brandon finally pulls it away.
And you have to finish your breakfast at the rim, Brady. I said it earlier, and I'll say it again.
Here's Langdon. No good. And Dixon gets the board as the score remains tied after the Pavorius jumper. The Leathernecks trying to escape Highland Heights with a win here. Here's Luka. He has a mismatch. And over top of Bam, trying to draw the foul, but it's still a lead-changing bucket there for the Leathernecks. 54-52 in favor of Western Illinois. Here's Langdon, and he dribbles it off his own foot thanks to the harassment by Carius.
Yeah, Carius, a nice job pressing up on Bryson Langdon on that ball screen, not allowing him to get comfortable, occupy 2 defenders, and play downhill. That was a nice job there by the senior.
That's 18 turnovers committed by Northern Kentucky. 16 for Western Illinois as we hit the 6-minute mark. Sandage. Heated up by Vincent once he picks up his dribble. And now it's Barisic, no good, and it's rebounded by Brandon. How about Chris Brandon pulling off back-to-back boards? Now it's Pavorius.
He was thinking about it. I thought he was going to let that one go for a second.
Here's Faulkner with it. Bam. Will drive. Reverse layup and in. Northern Kentucky retakes the lead.
Yeah, great job by Bam, just recognizing that he had a lane to go by Barisic, and he gets the finish.
Faulkner almost got that one. Masner working on Bam. How about that? A little okey-doke action there. Looked like he was going back to the perimeter, instead cuts to the basket.
Hey, a nice use of the inside hand, too. Sometimes when you got that angle as a guard, that inside hand's a little bit quicker to get to the basket. That time, Masner with a masterful job getting to the rim.
Sandage gets on the ground. He tried to call timeout, and he does successfully. So Western Illinois gets the timeout, leading by 2 with 4:49 left. Let's take a look at the replay here.
Boy, great hustle there from Sanders. Kind of a lazy pass from Hubie. And you can tell all these guys want this game. Sanders, a great play right there. And the heads-up play to get the timeout so that Western Illinois can hold on to the basketball here.
It seems there's been more of a point of emphasis as far as on those plays, on those 50-50 balls on the ground, where you used to be like in the motion of getting the possession and they grant you the timeout. I don't think we're going to get to see any of that anymore, and I think that's a good thing because Sandage clearly had possession when he was granted the timeout.
I think part of it is they just don't want guys getting hurt in that situation. You're going to reward a guy in this situation, being physical, getting to the ball. But then, yeah, once he has possession,
which he did,
then I think you got to go ahead and give it to him. But I'd agree with you. You're seeing a little bit more of that where officials aren't allowing that play to play on.
So Sabian Sims, there you see him. He played a few possessions earlier in the half. A transfer from North Dakota. He played in the Summit League against Western Illinois last year.
And he is in the game to shoot the basketball. I mean, he has a reputation as a shooter. That's something that he can definitely do. That's what he brings to this Northern Kentucky team when he's in.
Here's Masner from the corner. Rattles out, and Sims grabs the rebound. Vincent will get it across. Northern Kentucky down by 2. And a little touch foul there, but when you get 2 hands on a guy, that's automatic. And That's what they're saying Sandage did.
Yeah, but the freshman, again, great job with that hesitation in his left hand. It's that little change of pace. He's a great job holding the ball in his left hand. Eyes go to the rim. And then when that defender falls asleep for just a second, he's attacking right at you.
The 6th foul committed by the Leathernecks, so Northern Kentucky would shoot the bonus from here on out. 4.5 minutes left. Vinson falls to the ground and loses it. Sandage comes away with it. A lead pass to Massner. He struggles to handle it, and Vinson comes back and gets the interception. Hubie for 3. No good. Brandon on the boards again, and he's going to be fouled trying to bring down the rebound. And it's Luka Barisic who commits the foul, and let's watch it here, Brad.
Yeah, and look at Brandon go get the ball at its highest point, not waiting for the ball to come to him. That's what a great rebounder does. And it seems like Chris Brandon is always in the right spot when it comes to rebounding the basketball. He does it at an elite level for Northern Kentucky.
Seems like he has more than the 3 rebounds he's been credited with. Well, because he's got 4, it just went up there. But Nelson has 10, and pretty much what Darren Horn's approach is with that spot is to combine Nelson and Brandon and make them one player out of that spot.
And they are just relentless. It's something that when you're going up against these guys, you got to know those 2, Nelson and Brandon, they are attacking you every single time a shot goes up.
Key offensive rebound there for Sabian Sims in Northern Kentucky. After the missed free throw, we'll get another possession. Here's Pavorius. The Norse trail by 1, and it's stolen away by Dixon.
Yeah, just great hands there from Dixon, being physical with Hubie, and was able to take the ball from him.
Masner's wide open out of the corner, and he airballs one. Too strong, and on the break, Pavorius for 3. Got it! Hubie, Pavorius, a transition 3, and the Norse retake the lead.
Boy, I love the confidence from this freshman, Hubie Pavorius. He is not afraid of the big moment, and if you give him any space, he sees the 3, and he is the 3. Hubie Pavorius with another big one.
He now has a new career high with 20 points as the crowd is on its feet, and Carius will quiet them for now with a 3 of his own, and the Leathernecks retake the lead by 1.
Boy, great answer from the senior.
We approach the 3-minute mark. Vinson gets into the painted area, and he travels, and that'll take us to our final media break. Call a friend, tell a neighbor, put your seatbelt on. It's going to be a wild finish for the 3rd time in a row here at the BB&T Arena. Welcome back to the BB&T Arena, and tonight's grown family McDonald's player of the game, once again, it's Hubie Pavorius.
It's got to be Hubie. It can't be anybody else right now. I mean, Hubie's got 20 points on 7 of 10 shooting. Let's just take a look at some of the highlights. I mean, the kid can just flat out play. This time, just a little floater in the painted area. We got to see Hubie doing what Hubie does best. I'm sure there's a 3-point shot on this reel somewhere, and there it is. You cannot give him any space. I mean, he's got a quick trigger. We said it earlier. Every time he puts a shot up, it looks like it's going in the bucket.
And it just proves tonight more than just that one-trick pony, as you'd say. Everybody just looks at him and thinks, okay, he's a 3-point specialist. He's a lot more than that, as we've seen here in the last 2 games.
Well, he's 6'2", 170 pounds. But he plays strong. I mean, and he understands the game, and we've seen him in the early going of this season. He understands angles. He understands where his help defense is, and man, he has really shown out tonight. You know, congrats to him, his first start, having a great game. But all he's thinking about right now is how do I get my team a victory?
Carius through traffic and finishes. Tough shot, and the Leathernecks extend their lead to 3. Here's Langdon with it for Northern Kentucky. Here's Pavorius. He'll back it out and get it to Vinson. Vinson working, he gets it to Bam. Goes on Barovich, and he finishes. David Bam now has double figures with 11 points, and they trim the deficit to 1 due the Norse. Here's Sandage with it now. Gets it over to Massner. Sandage drives. 2 minutes left to go. He has it taken away. as Vincent gets it out to Hubie, and he sees that he's not going to take on Dixon. So he pulls it back out. Now it's Bam for three, and he knocks down the long-range triple, and the Norse take the lead 63-61.
Well, great decision by Hubie to pull it out. Didn't have the numbers that he wanted. You find Vincent, and Vincent, of course, finds the open man. That time it was David Bam who knocked it down.
Carius with 90 seconds left, and he knocks it down, and the Leathernecks call timeout with a 1-point lead. Brad Redford, this is going to go down to the finish once again.
Boy, and Carius is stepping up. The leading scorer coming in for Western Illinois, making some big plays on the offensive end. And that time, there is no room for that shot. But the kid has some confidence. He loves the big moments, and he knocks it down. Will Carius having himself a nice second half here.
That's 17 points for him, 16 for Berzic, and then also 10 points for Massner. So 3 double-digit scores for Western Illinois. Pavorius leads NKU at 20, 14 for Bam. And they're the only 2 in double figures. Adrian Nelson has 10 rebounds. So 1:28 left to go. Cameron Burrell checks into the game for Western Illinois. He will join Massner, Dixon, Carius, and Jadrian Flores. For Northern Kentucky, it's Bryson Langdon, Sam Vincent, Hubie Pavorius, David Bam, and Chris Brandon.
Well, you can see Western Illinois going a little offense, defense right now. David Bam has been taking advantage of that matchup with Luka. So Coach Jeter goes to a more defensive-minded group here.
Pavorius drives into the painted area, and they call a travel, wave it off. It's a turnover committed by Northern Kentucky. It's 22nd of the night.
Boy, it was the right idea from Hubie. He got the ball to where he wanted, but Carius's length and physicality pushed Hubie off his spot. He's kind of forcing him into that travel.
Berzic is back in the game. He's the offensive substitution as we got a foul called on the reach-in, and it's going to be against Vincent. So with 1:10, Burrell will check in. Well, he was going to check in, but since they're going to stay on the offensive end, he'll come back to the bench. Keep Berzic back in. So with 1:10 left, Western Illinois has the 1-point lead and 23 seconds on the timer to work with. Northern Kentucky, that was only their 5th foul. So they have still 1 more to give before they put Western Illinois in the bonus. Northern Kentucky's committed 7, or make that Western Illinois' committed 7. So the Norse can go to the line. Berzic working on Brandon, but it's Vincent blocking it from behind. And Berzic looked like he might have took a shot on the front end as he holds his face.
Yeah, we got Luka down on the baseline right now. Got propped up by a couple of teammates there, but nice job there from Northern Kentucky defensively. You see the drop down here to Luka. Brandon does a nice job walling up. Vincent comes over for the help, and that is big-time help defense right there. And that's a true freshman understanding where to be on the defensive end in a big moment.
And Vincent did make contact, but no call. So 4 on the timer. Western Illinois will have to trigger it in. Sandich will do the honors. Looks for help. Can't get it in. Now he does. Berovic, no good. And the fight for the board, and Carius comes out with it.
Boy, big-time play again from Carius. That time on the offensive glass, getting the Leathernecks another possession here.
And now a foul called against Northern Kentucky. That's against Vincent, and that's not a bad foul because you're down by 1. You had 1 to give there. With 42.4, Trayvon Faulkner will check in place of Langdon. So you get a little bit more length there on the defensive end. Now they double team Sandich. Now they trap him, and he's going to have to call timeout, and does with 36.3 left and 14 seconds on the timer. And it will have to be a full timeout for the Leathernecks. Tell you what, Brad, these last 3 home games for Northern Kentucky, as this wraps up a 4-game homestand, have all gone down to the wire.
Well, Northern Kentucky likes to make it interesting, don't they? I mean, think about that first half from Northern Kentucky. They were all over it, up 14 at the break, and you think they're going to run away with this game, but not so fast. Western Illinois, they got too much talent, and we've seen it on display here. Luke has been fantastic. He's got 16 carries in double figures, and Massner as well. I mean, Coach Jeter is drawing up a play for one of those three guys right now, and I try to get it to the hot hand. Right now, that's Will Carries.
And for Horizon League fans, of course, Rob Jeter is the same guy that coached for Milwaukee, was a two-time Coach of the Year in the Horizon League. He's still the all-time winningest coach in Milwaukee history with 185 wins over 11 seasons, 5 20-win seasons. He replaced Bruce Pearl when Bruce Pearl got the Panthers to the Sweet 16, and he moved on to a Power 5 level job. And Jeter, who is a disciple of Bo Ryan, played for him at UW-Plattsville and is a Hall of Famer there, by the way. But he definitely coaches with a different approach than Bo Ryan did. It's a little bit more high speed.
Well, but he's a proven winner. Both those guys win. I mean, this is just his second year. Western Illinois finished 7-15 last year. I don't think they'll finish 7-15 this year. I mean, they're playing with a lot of confidence. They had that big win in game 1 this year at Nebraska. They had a tight one at DePaul, 3-1 on the year. And Coach Jeter loves these moments.
Carius gets the inbound pass. He gets past Vincent, no good. And they call an offensive foul.
That's Chris Brandon who took it. That was a big-time play defensively by Brandon there.
So on the dribble penetration, Brandon holds his ground. Actually, he was in the air and inside the restricted area, and Northern Kentucky gets the call. So Northern Kentucky trailing by 1 with 32.1 left to go, and they'll roll it in to try to conserve as much time as possible. Just 1 second difference between the timer and the game clock, and Vincent just puts his head down and takes it to the rack. Northern Kentucky has the lead for now. Let's see what Western Illinois does. 20 seconds left. The crowd is on its feet. Massner steps back, and he knocks down a three with 14.6 left. Northern Kentucky now trails by 2. Here's Vincent. They'll play through. Vincent through contact, lays it up and in. We're tied at 67. Here comes Massner on the other end, and it's rejected by Brandon and right into the hands of Carius, who lays it up and in. And now we got a whistle. There's still 0.2 left on the clock, and they're going to award Northern Kentucky a timeout. And Brett Redford, I got to take a deep breath.
Boy, I know.
Woo!
Both of us are running out of breath right now, as is all the players that were on the court.
And now they're going to come to the monitor to see if they're going to put any more time left on the clock.
Just a flurry of fantastic finishes and shot making on both sides of the ball. You got Massner with that step back 3. Then Vincent comes down with that beautiful spin move finish. And then you got to credit Massner coming down on the other end. Did not waste any time. Got back to the rim as quickly as he could. And then right place, right time. I couldn't see who that finish was from Western Illinois.
It was Carius. Let's see the replay. We were screened out. I was trying to catch it off the monitor. Actually, it was Flores. Wow. And Flores was just right place at the right time. It falls right into his hands, and he had the awareness to know he had to put up the shot immediately, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, and a great play from Chris Brandon defensively for Northern Kentucky, just staying in it, hitting the block shot. And you're right, just right place, right time. Flores,
and I think they got the clock right, my friend.
I believe they did as well.
They stopped it at .2, and that's some good clock work by our man John Rass, which reminds me, want to give a shout out to the Hall of Famer Rick Myers, not here tonight to be the official scorer. I know he's watching, and if he was feeling ill and couldn't be here, guess what? He's probably really irritated right now because of what a crazy up and down game this has been. This isn't one that'll, kind of get you back to sleep when you need it.
Well, and it's really been a tale of two halves. It was Northern Kentucky dominating early, then Western Illinois here in the second half has been fantastic. Been pretty even the last 5 minutes, an up and down game. Man, I love seeing these guys making plays at the end of games.
Well, they're going to go back and I assume look again, unless they're looking for something else, but it appeared that they got the clock stopped in time. at .2, and that doesn't give you much to work with. Literally, all you can do is do a tip-in from the length of the floor.
Yeah, you're going to get the ball underneath out of bounds and have to throw it the full length of the floor to the rim and tip in. Yeah.
This is the great part about the women's game. They can do the NBA where they call timeout and they advance the ball, and that's something that a lot of folks in the men's game want to go to, that in 4 quarters, but unfortunately, that's not going to come into play tonight.
Yeah, we'll take another look at the clock right here. See Flores has it with 2.6543. I mean, I think they got it right live, Brady. I think you're right.
So Chris Brandon makes a great defensive play, and it really goes all for naught because he blocks it into the hands of Jadrian Flores. Now the 3 officials, after all 3 of them watching it, come up, and now they'll tell each huddle. And let's see what they're going to do now. Now they come to the clock operator. Either way, they're going to put now .3 on the clock. So I guess if you use that much time, you got to make a change. So they do that. They go from .2 to .3, and Northern Kentucky calls an official timeout now. So basically you get a catch and a shoot as opposed to a catch and a tip, which of course you don't really catch it when it's a tip-in. So if that is any kind of consolation.
As best you can, because you're going the full length of the floor, you're going to try and catch a player streaking to half
here's
court.
where you find out, did you have a high school quarterback on your roster? Because he's the guy inbounding the ball right now, right?
100%. And if you're Western Illinois, I would put your tallest player on the ball right now and have him jumping around, making it difficult for that player to see.
Northern Kentucky was able to do that against UNCG when they brought in Noah Hoopman, a 7'2" walk-on, and that's all he did was stand there for those, I think it was 3 seconds or whatever it was. Of course, Northern Kentucky ended up losing that game in overtime before the miraculous finish against Eastern Michigan last time out when Bryson Langdon hit that layup with 7 seconds left to go and got a defensive stand on the other end. And we thought that was going to be the case here. We thought Vincent might have won it. Still a lot of time left on the clock, and the Leathernecks, as I guess Sam Evans must have played high school football because, and he's a lefty, by the way, I believe.
So Coach Jeter electing not to put any defender on the ball right now. So you have Jake Evans with a clear shot here.
So he is a righty, and he throws it, and it goes through everybody. It did touch someone, and that's going to be it. And Western Illinois, tip your hat to them. They were trailing 14 points at the half and come